You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
What time is it? Time of our lives. Anticipation. What time is it? Summertime.
No, stop it right now. No, I don't want that. No. I actually like those movies. Anyway, it is once again time for me to tell you another story about my glorious past I spent playing the game S4 so grab your popcorn, get a glass of wine, and let's do this, cause that's what's crack-a-lackin'. Honestly, why do I even pay you? Steven, get your shit together and start rolling the goddamn clip! Gosh, I don't actually pay him. Fool. What did you say? Nothing! So, where were we? Right. After I left FCG and this whole ESL thing wasn't really working out anymore, I began once again searching for a new clan. Why did I do that, you may ask? Well, for me, I did want to have people to enjoy games with, and I still felt the need of wanting to compete, which I couldn't do by myself. That's when I found AZN Clan, or Asian Clan. By the way, there's a difference in meaning between the word Asian and AZN. We partly called ourselves Asian Clan because the clan leaders and pretty much 80 or 90% of the members were all Asian. I also think the pronunciation of this word is easier for non-German speaking people too, but I don't know. The word AZN, at least pronunciation-wise, in German stands for a close group of friends. I think they intended to have both meanings mixed into one word because both of them were applicable to the clan. But back to the main story. How did I find AZN Clan? I actually just asked a lot of random people about the current best teams out there and then participated in a lot of test matches and tried to get as much information about the different teams as possible. AZN Clan was pretty much the first clan on my list and I immediately felt welcomed when I joined their TeamSpeak server. They also didn't give me any real time to check out other teams, and I also know that I spoke with Amok first, who was one of the only white dudes in their clan, and he was like, "Where do you come from?" And I was like, "I come from..." And he was like, "Really? Which district? Precinct?" Anyway, wanna meet up and play some games? What you say? And at first I wasn't sure what to think about his idea after meeting someone through the internet for the very first time, and it was kind of creepy to be honest. But after some time passed we actually did meet up, but at that time we were all getting along, played other games together and also knew each other pretty well. For those who are curious, I guess pretty much everyone who watches this video, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. Here's a list of all members who were present when I joined the clan. Love, who was Asian and one of the leaders. Sexy, who was also Asian and was the other leader. Alex was Asian. Amok, white dude number 1. Grimjo, who I think was Cord. X-Ray, I think he was Asian too. Bad Boy Persia, I don't know his exact roots. Blader was Asian. Le Vietnamien, or aka Les Vietnamiense, who also was Asian. Player was Asian, and he was especially famous for being like, "Okay guys, let's play some games," and I go AFK mid-game without telling anyone. Nier was also Asian, Light was Asian, and Clear was, I think, white dude number 2, but I'm not sure. Even though I was searching for an OS clan, all members were actually all weapon players, and just played OS a few times just to troll around a bit. It was also the time where we still could play 6 on 6, which today isn't really the case anymore. Try to find a 6 on 6 with a full pre-made team and free channel. You won't find a match, you just don't, and that's really sad. I can remember the very first match we played together really well. We played Station 1. Yes, people, we played Station 1. You heard me? There wasn't this crap with a Station 2 or Tunnel only and that you couldn't find a 5 on 5 or 6 on 6. Anyway, in my team were Clear, Love, Sexy, Amok and Alex, and it was so much fun and I laughed my ass off all the time. I really had a great time playing with them. It was really something else. We sure wanted to win our matches, but the fun was still the most important factor for us. While we were all having a great time playing S4, some of us also wanted to play more than just one game, and this idea was spreaded rapidly throughout the clan, which led to us playing games like X-Teal, which was the very first game that I started to play and also was really into, but got shut down by NCSoft, and then I found S4 League, but after a year or so the service went up again. We also played Battlefield Heroes. League of Legends, and yeah, there were also other games which we played with our focus on PvP and it being free to play. With that, other people started to join our clan too. Those who I can remember were Champ, Sugar Free, also known as Ali Demon, Disaster, Mysterious, who I seriously don't know why, but he only played with Cosmos World whatever the situation was. Chemo, Redlist, who was with me in the old CSF clan, Katsutoyo, Richie94, who was also one of my old CSF teammates, X-Black Sheep, who came from FCG, Fuego, Soli, Darkstar, and Quanky Boy. There were more, but I think they didn't stay that long, or I simply wasn't communicating with them that much. Fact is, I can't remember them. But there is one last dude who I can remember, but I can only recall his real-life name, which I don't want to expose. The only thing you need to know about him is that he was Asian too, and that he wasn't allowed to play much because of school. Maybe some of you know who I'm talking about. Well, but this should be it for this video, because there's so much to tell you guys about that time. I need to split this into 2 or more parts, but I will definitely continue with the story, I promise. Even if it takes me some time to remember everything and to converge all of that into my videos. I still hope that you liked today's story, and with that being said, my name is Kenshi, see you next time, I'm out, peace!